Well, just how are the players adapting to the new style of play? That's kind of probably the most common. And it's slow. They're working really hard. It's nothing that they're doing. It's just a slow process. It's such a difference, and such a slow. We're implementing it slow. As far as I'm not implementing. The style of play is more of a mentality than it is a physicality. We got to teach them to just change ends quick, get it out and go. Don't hesitate, press, and then you got to start putting in your plays to do that. Where I'm saying things are going slow, we haven't put any plays in yet. We're still teaching them how to play fast and react, not get the ball out and take a couple steps and then run, or get a rebound and turn around and kind of look around. And, we got to get out of that first. So that's what's going slow. We just haven't put any plays or anything in, and that's where we're really far behind. And that I don't know when that's going to pick up. I got to first develop that mentality first before we can start confusing them with a bunch of new plays. Push it, go, 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 go. Those are common words you'll hear in practice every day. Definitely.
What happened to Charles?
No, he got cut. It's not his nose. He got cut from here all the way down here and had to receive 5 stitches inside, and then he had to get a bunch on the outside. He got caught with an elbow. He was guarding the ball, and the guy ripped it through and just caught him. He was back playing the next day. So. Malcolm and Keaton, yeah. Keaton is going through everything typical of a new college basketball player. He is very much struggling with guarding Byron every day. Byron's getting the most of him every day, pretty much handedly every single day. And I'm being extremely hard on Keaton, very hard, because he'll see in probably 2 years the benefits of what he's going through right now. But right now it's a struggle for him. He's very much struggling, but not to a concern where I'm wondering can he play or not. He's going to be a great player at Oklahoma State, great player. It could be an all-conference player at Oklahoma State. But he's going against a veteran, strong, senior, experienced, old-school point guard who, and here he is, a little freshman, who's trying to just figure everything out while he's going against one of the best point guards in the country. So I love his game. He's doing some great things, but, he's going through the natural progression of learning. Malcolm's got a long way to go. He's got to get in shape. He's got to, that's the first thing. He's got to get in shape. He's got to understand this is not junior college. And the greatest thing about that, though, I have seen some improvement in him. Every day I think I see a little bit better job out of him. But in order for him to help us get to where we want to be, he's got to keep improving, and he's got a long way to go.
Today was the second time I've seen or heard you brag about the way Savourkas is working. What specifically is he doing?
I like his toughness. I like how he competes. There's no whining from him at times. I haven't seen a bad attitude from him, and he's a competitor. He's got that little bit of a mean streak almost in him. He can really shoot. He's not one-dimensional. He can put the ball on the floor. He can create. He's got a great body. He moves well. I just like his game. I really do. What does that mean? I don't know yet. It's still early to tell what effect he'll have. But would I say he's one of our top 5 players, not even positions right now? I'd say he's one of our top 5 players right now. I like it. I like what he's doing right now as far as things he's doing to help our team be successful. He's doing it. He handles the ball. He can shoot it. He can do some things. Yeah. He's hurt again. It's a shin. Something wrong with the shin now. I don't know. We need him, though. We need him desperately to get healthy. He could really help this basketball team in a lot of ways, but obviously everybody, knows his history of being injury-prone and things like that, and that's just, some people have some tough luck there, but he's kept a great attitude. He's still trying to keep his body in shape. He's just not sitting over there watching. We have him very much involved trying to keep him in shape. I don't know if pleasantly surprised or, I don't know if surprise is the right word. Maybe pleasant is the right word. Their attitude and work ethic and being very receptive to everything we've thrown at them. The conditioning program that we threw at these guys, I know they probably question, why are we doing this? But a lot of teams could have been, had bad attitudes and complained. They've been very receptive to it all. So it's been pleasant, their attitudes. I don't know if it's a surprise or not, but that's been great. That's been great. The leadership of Byron Eaton, because I've heard a lot of different things about Byron before I got here. You hear weight, you hear attitude, you hear a lot of different things. His attitude has been one of the most coachable players I've ever been around. I hope that continues. We still have a long way to go, and he and I together are still undefeated, so hopefully that will continue when adversity sets in, whenever that is. It always sets in for any team and how they handle that. But his leadership has been tremendous. Both Terrell and him have been great to coach, and I just hope that continues. It is. It's great, and it's, as I mentioned earlier, it's kind of a two-pronged deal. We had to get his weight down. Now he's got to be in great shape. Those are two different things. And when I mean shape, cardio-wise, where he can play for 40 minutes, because he's somebody who I'm gonna, we're gonna be pressing and doing some things. Hopefully, we're able to do those things. But he's a guy who we can't take him off the court. Right now he's going to play 40 minutes almost, so he's got his weight down. Now he's got to get in great shape, and I think that's the next step for him.
How much of this great attitude do you tie to the fact that these guys are going to be rewarded if they get in shape, and with your system of scoring, and that's the way players want to play?
Well, absolutely, and that's what we stress to them when they are about to pass out in conditioning drills and wondering, why are we doing this? This guy is insane. This is crazy. We tell them, think of the reward of this. Think of this thing, and we've shown them tape of my former teams of how being in great shape has paid dividends. How the style of play, even though we've been less talented at UMass, much less talented, but you go in the Carrier Dome twice, down 22 with 12 minutes to go and win. You're down, 12 with 8 minutes to go and you win. And style of play sometimes can just win out for you if we just are in the best shape and we stick with it. So I think that they've seen that a little bit on tape, and they're looking at the reward of it. Because, again, this is a team that no one on our basketball team, none of the seniors, no one's ever played in the NCAA tournament. So that is something they want to try to accomplish. And if we're going to do that, we're going to have to be overachievers. We're not going to beat people with our talent, just with talent. That's not going to happen. We have some good players, yes, but there's much more talented players in our league, much more talented teams in our league. And that's not a knock on our team. We can still compete with those people because we have good enough talent. But we've got to do the intangibles. I tell our guys the intangibles: being in the best shape, getting rest at night, eating good foods, not doing all the other things. Let everybody else go out and do that. Hopefully Oklahoma's staying up at night all night. Hopefully, hopefully we're going to need those advantages. And hopefully we do those little things to get us to that point where we can compete at the highest level, because we're just not we don't have that great a talent now just to go out and stay up all night and eat McDonald's every day or whatever it is. We're going to do all the little things to give us an advantage. We really are. And hopefully they buy into that. So far, I don't know yet. We haven't played a game yet, so we'll see.
Did Coach Pitino run you guys like that when you were playing in Kentucky?
Absolutely. No question they ran us like that. So, those are things that I've learned, and I've seen the success of it as a player, and I've seen the success of it as a coach. So, my players know I'm not going to change in that aspect. And they realize that. They've realized that in practice from the first practice we've had. Now they understand how to come to practice every day. There's a way we do things. There's no compromise in that. Now, I'll compromise my style of play as far as X and O a little bit. If we can't do this, then we need to figure out what fits this personnel. But work ethic, enthusiasm in practice, doing things at the highest level, conditioning, all those things are not going to be compromised.
And if you go back and look at maybe the last half of the season when Byron was playing at a high level, what was the difference in his game?
That's the thing with Byron. From the first time I met with him, I knew a little bit of his history. I studied a little bit, and he and I have a lot of teammates. I said, in a 5-game stretch last year, Byron wasn't the best point guard in the country. He might have been the best player in the country in a 5-game stretch last year. Unfortunately, this is a 30-game regular season, not just 5 games. So our challenge is to make him great for 30 games. That starts first with his conditioning and his weight. So we've got his weight now, that we got to get him in condition. Now I think this style of play I think should really exploit his assets, hopefully, and really allow him to use his talents. So it is a progression. This is it for him. He knows that. And that's always a great motivator. You know, Coach Tino always says, you know, when he was in the NBA, he loved players in their last contract. You know, you're going to get the most out of them because, you know, they want to get that next one. This is the last chance for Byron and for Trail and Anthony and these guys. So usually, you know, you see a little bit more focus on seniors.
Travis, how smooth has the transition been with change of regime and you coming in and taking over off the basketball court?
Oh, it's been smooth. You know, I've just been extremely busy recruiting, implementing new style of play, individual workouts, getting to know this team. You know, moving my family. You know, my kids are in, you know, very young kids, but they're, you know, in school, 3rd grade, 1st grade preschool, things like that. You know, changing houses, all the things, selling another house. You know, it's amazing the things that go in. But you know, luckily I have a wife who kind of handles all that stuff for me. She is great. You know, she handles all that, and she allows me to concentrate, you know, on basketball and concentrate on just having fun with my kids rather than she, you know, this is the 3rd move that we've made, and she handles packing the house, the movers, getting us there, setting up the new house. I don't even know I don't even know what goes into that process because she's dealt with it all. And if I had to do that, it would take away from me just having fun with my children or taken away from the time I need to get to know my new team. So I'm lucky in that aspect.
Coach, at Midnight Madness, you guys put up 52 combined points. 12 running backs. How high do you expect these point totals to get?
Well, that had a lot to do with 0 defense being played, and you know, scoring. I like to talk to scoring is, you know, we have the possibility of being a good scoring team. You don't know. You know, we have the potential to be a very good shooting team on any given night, and that's any given night. But if practice has anything, the last 5 practices, if there's anything that's come out of those, is we will shoot a lot of threes. Now, whether they go in or not, but that's all we're doing right now is just shooting. And I tell our guys, after about 10, I'll stop them and say, hey, I love threes. They're great, and you're taking good ones, but we got to throw that thing inside every once in a while. We got to at least keep the defense honest every once in a while. So hopefully we'll have somebody step up inside that we know we can throw the ball to with great confidence to relieve that pressure. But you know, we're going to need to score some points. There's no question. We're going to have to score some points. But we know shooting can come and go. So, you know, defense is something that we've got to get better at, and we're working on it.